Hello everybody, Blue Dooley, and we're back on the HPI Wheelie King. We've actually got the chassis painted and ready for final assembly. And I'm not 100% sure if you can see behind me, but the body is kind of starting to get painted. I got two of the colors down. I need to wait for them to dry up quite a bit more, and then I need to remask the body because I'm doing something a little different than I have done in the past on any of my bodies, and that's actually doing multiple colors, as I'm trying to make the truck look like it was pieced together from multiple trucks. So the bed is a color, the cab's going to be a color, a fender is a different color than the rest of the cab, and the hood might be a different color as well. So we'll get into that here in a bit. But let me grab the camera, show you what the last modifications I did to the chassis were, and then we'll start bolting it back together. So after I thought about it a little bit, I notched out all my shock mounts so the shock can actually sit between the steel instead of on the front or the back. I'll just run a long bolt all the way through, and that'll do that. I flat blacked the chassis, as instead of going for a show truck, I'm kind of going more for a truck somebody's been piecing together. Come over here to the body. So the body I masked off all the windows and hit the entire thing with a flat clear. And like I said, the truck's going to be multiple colors. So the bed is going to be off of like an old Forest Service fire truck. This fender is going to be kind of off a Park Ranger truck. The canvas top will be masked off and painted last. Or actually, I'll tailor all the masking off after I got all my other colors done. So the canvas top will be kind of a tan kind of color. And the hood, the other fender, and the cab itself will be olive drab. But the flat clear should dull this out a little bit. I put a coat of red on and a coat of the green, and then I kind of fogged it a little bit, just put some white splotches almost. And then I put the final coat of red and the final coat of green on, just to try to make the paint look faded. Maybe the clear coat's fading on it too. So I'm not 100% sure how it's going to look when it's done, but it'll look different from everything else I've painted, because usually I just paint a single color and throw some decals on it and call it a day. So let's get the camera mounted back up, and we'll start reassembling the truck. Did I trim off enough for that? I did not. Also, that hits the battery box. Maybe I did. No, I did not. So we're going to have to mount those on the outside of the frame again, which is not really that big of a deal. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. It'd be fun to have this up and running again. I mean, the shocks should bottom out before this link hits. Yeah, in fact, the axle actually touches before it hits this link mount, so that'll work out pretty good. Okay, now if I can get it to not cross thread, that'll be good. I am working on the suspension still for the RC Everyday Shop Truck chassis. I'm getting some parts ordered for it. I think I'm going to run probably touring car tires on it. As I'm not going for a low rider look or a hot rod look or a rat rod look. I'm actually kind of going to go for not quite factory, but definitely not stock either. Let's see, put these out of the way for now. Now the shocks I have fully mounted on the front axle. I just need to tighten them up a little bit. Oops. So take these off just to make putting it together a little easier. I did forget to look up to see about replacing this plastic mount. So that will have to happen too. Of course, the heater's gonna kick on because I'm filming. I think we'll turn you off and we'll come back after I get some more assembly done. So I got the front shocks completely mounted. Working on the rear shocks now. Then I'll bring it here. I'm going to think about it to readjust my vacuum. Right. I also picked up some Vanquish product tools. I was using some Energy ones, but they stripped out way too fast. And the guy at the hobby store said they had a couple of sets that lasted a long time, and some of the newer sets haven't lasted at all. I will tell you though, the Vanquish Products tools, they're a little pricey. I got four drivers for, well, with tax, $70. I mean, they are nice because they got a bearing on the end so you can easily turn them. I mean, they're nice tools, but I'm not sure. They're $70. So got all the links in. I'm bringing it over here to you. So I put a little rubber washer here just to kind of keep the shock more on its little pillow mount. And yeah, this mount's probably way overkill, but that's okay. Overkill's better than constantly snapping it. So next we need to get the transmission in. Make sure all of our steering links stay where they need to stay. So the front one I'm going to have to change out, but the rest of them are pretty much the way they need to be. That's where they need to go. This way. Too far. Get one side on and then we'll get the other side tightened up. Now I am pretty much still using stock hardware. Even though I changed the chassis up. But I have to get everything mounted in the chassis before I put the battery box on, because it covers up a few holes. Get this in, and I'll take a little break, go change the masking tape on the body so I can get my next color on. Not sure if we'll get a long running video of this together or not. Kind of depends on, well, I don't want to rush the paint, so we'll come back here in a little bit. Got the chassis all assembled. I ran the front steering servo and the ESC along this side of the frame. Just kind of folded that up on itself for the rear steer. And then just zip tied the motor leads to the battery leads, just so it kind of arcs over the steering linkage. And then zip tied all four of them right here to the chassis. Gives me plenty of room for the steering linkages to clear everything and not get in a bind. Got a battery in it, and I need to mess with some endpoints again, but I also got the servo arm tightened down enough so it's not wiggling on the shaft. So the truck, the chassis, driveline, steering, all that stuff's pretty much buttoned up. And the body is all that's left. So let's throw it here on the garage floor and do a little driving. seems to be everything's working. Like I said, I gotta dial in the radio a little bit, but I'll get the body finished painting and we'll come back. So that'll be a little bit. Unfortunately, it is too late in the day to get the truck out and run it. I'm also going to wait until tomorrow and the paint is fully cured to stick the Velcro on the body that I'm going to actually use to mount it to the chassis. So that will give the body paint a good chance to cure before I go sticking stuff to it. The flat clear did an okay job kind of dulling the colors out a little bit. I did get some bleed through here on this fender, and then I got a little on both sides of this back window, then of course a little bit there and along the back window, but never claimed to be a good painter. And the whole purpose of my channel is just to show you what I'm doing and encourage you, no matter how good or bad you are, to build your own stuff. To just go out and try it. The J Concepts bodies are really nice. I know people make fun of them for their names. This is the Lloyd, even though it's supposed to be an M117, which is a Kaiser Willys 5/4 ton truck. The Lexan holds up really good on these. I mean, it's a nice thick Lexan. The only real down thing I can knock J Concepts on is their window masks are just a teensy bit too small to properly mask off the windows. I had the problem with this truck and the other body of theirs I painted. The window masks were a little undersized. But as far as quality goes, of the body itself and the decals, I mean, they all look nice. So running video will have to come out later, as well, it's like 9:30 here now as I'm wrapping this video up. So that is going to do it for this video. You'll have to wait until probably next weekend to see the truck run, or depending on how busy I am at work, I might get it out sometime this week and do a little running footage of the truck. We need to get the snowplow put back together, and unfortunately I have to wait till next Friday, payday, so I can fill up my welding tank, as other bills kind of used up all those funds. So hope everyone has a good weekend, and we'll catch you in the next video. Also, be sure to subscribe and like the channel. That's all the support I'm going to ask you for. Just click like, subscribe, leave a comment. We'll catch you in the next one.